Mm-hmm. I see.
Yes, this looks like a very important place of business of some sort.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a woman there at the reception desk, a very nice lady, who, as soon as you have identified yourselves and handed over the respective letters you have received, the lady, who is called Peggy, takes you to a waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
As for Professor Janssen, he is personally escorted by Mr. Branston. Yes, Mr. Branston also personally accompanied you during the plane ride. But he personally escorts you to the hotel, and he delivers you to the lobby, after which you are in the care of the lovely Peggy.
Ah, the lovely Peggy. Well, I shall endeavor to make some chit-chat.
Yes, alright. I was going to immediately move to an important scene, but apparently this is an important scene to Captain Russell. So yes, you arrive at the lobby and you see a very nice looking lady. How do you react?
Detail. You want to go into detail? Very well. I'll just saunter up and smile at her and ask her. And let's see, what opening line shall I use? It's one of the best success. Hello there.
Yes, good day, sir. How may I aid you?
Well, I do have an appointment here, but now that I'm here, I'm quite content to wait in your radiant presence.
And she immediately gets out a rather hefty-looking book, and she starts paging through it.
Mm-hmm.
What is your name, please, sir?
Captain
Yes,
Jack
she's
Russell.
all business. She's all business. Yes, Captain. Yes, I see your name here on the schedule. Do you have your letter of? Do you have your letter with you? It says here you were supposed to deliver a letter to me.
Yes, indeed.
May I see it, please?
One moment, and I'll just pat myself down, see where I've got the letter, showing my good taste in clothing. Doesn't help, of course, but after I produce the letter and hand it to the lady.
Thank you, sir. And she takes out the letter out of the envelope, and she quickly looks at it, and she recognizes the signature, and she folds it back into the letter and makes it disappear under the counter. And she says, "Yes, Captain Russell, you are being expected. Will you please follow me, sir?"
Oh, gladly.
And she seems to be completely ignoring your attempts at advancing on her.
Oh well, this will be a work in progress then.
Yes, but yes, you are brought to the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to cut you off there.
Yeah,
be quiet.
Of course. No problem. Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else wish to engage with chit-chat with Peggy, or shall we move along?
No, I wouldn't have engaged in...
You're cutting out there, my friend.
You cut out, Richard.
Yep.
Richard!
Okay, that better?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Much better.
It is.
I wouldn't have been engaging in chit-chat. I would have been surveying the scene for the past hour and waiting until exactly 9 o'clock before I walk up to the lady and give her the letter.
You bring up an excellent point, Richard. How punctual is everybody? Well, the professor doesn't need to respond because he's brought there by the military intelligence agents. So he is on time. But what about the rest of you?
The doctor is, of course, very punctual. He will arrive at 8:55, actually, 5 minutes in advance. No, 8:45. Show the letter to the receptionist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's very early then. What about the captain?
8:50. I took the liberty to look at the building a little bit, just in case.
Very well. So yes, Special Agent Fisher saw all his future associates entering the building, and he even noticed that one of them was being accompanied by a figure you know. That man in the black trench coat. So he must be slightly more important than the rest of the people that have been hired, because he apparently needs a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I examine his stature to see how he holds himself.
Who?
The professor
person
or
Mr. Branston?
The one who's being accompanied.
Ah, yes.
The professor.
Valdries?
I would say he's not acting high and mighty, but he is acting like he's a very important man.
But his stature, as in physical.
He's not
presence.
acting like he's the king of Britain. He's just acting like he's the
Prime Minister.
Yes,
Prime Minister
probably.
it is.
Very good.
Fair
And-
enough. So
and you
I've
would
written
say
him
he's-
off as a
His stature is just perfect. Straight back, shoulders to the back.
Mm-hmm. So
And you-
I've written him off as a cocky SOB already. Awesome.
Yes, but your trained eyes notice that this man has seen combat. Oddly enough.
All right, then I see that he's seen combat, and I'm going to note that in my mental journal.
Very well. And as soon as everybody's inside, I suppose you will follow them, Richard?
Of course.
Yes. And then you are also taken to the waiting room. It is a small but well-furbished room. The chairs are comfortable, and there's an ample supply of newspapers. So, all the four gentlemen are now assembled. Do you talk amongst each other?
Well, most definitely. We are in the same waiting room, so therefore I'd come to the conclusion that we're all here for the same thing. So I'm just going. I'll just open up with, well, hello everyone. Good day everyone. Are we all here for Mr. Moravchek?
Jakub doesn't immediately respond. You see him scribbling to a notebook
Mm-hmm.
while mumbling to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Although he mumbles in Czech, so unless you know
Yeah. No.
speak Czech, you have no idea what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is he mumbling? That's interesting.
Yes, apparently the professor knows Czech.
Oh, he does. Oh, well, my bad.
Yes.
In that case, he's just muttering all about like biology and anatomy and what would this incision do in that location, and if he makes a mistake, he would go like, oh no, not there, here instead, and then resume scribbling.
And this will probably warrant a reaction from the professor that will be along the lines of, oh no, not another one.
Ah, yes, indeed.
This mannerism reminds you of a certain von Kammerstein.
Indeed, it does.
You immediately know why this Czech person has been hired for this mission.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goody.
So yes, Special Agent Fisher immediately recognizes that the refined-looking gentleman is examining the person who seems to be rambling in a language you do not understand.
I don't understand the language, so I'm going to, out of the corner of my eye, use all my senses to try and see what he's scribbling.
All right.
If
It seems.
it's just words or diagrams.
It's a little bit of both, but mostly just like diagrams. If you know
Of
anything
people?
about no, not necessarily people, but of limbs, and if you know if you know anything about medicine, you know where to cut to prevent the maximum, to get like minimum amount of blood left so you don't slice an artery and stuff like that.
To you, it probably seems quite morbid.
Mm-hmm. And instantly I'm thinking, okay, deranged psycho, awesome.
I think it
Meanwhile-
will now fall upon Captain Russell to break the ice.
I'll repeat one. Me. I've broken the ice, I hope, with by asking if everybody's here for the same gentleman, Mr. Moravchik. Does that elicit a response?
And we all got the same letter that says we were here to meet Mr. Moravchik? Ramsey?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. You all. The letters are sometimes worded differently, and by the way, all of them are handwritten. And in
Okay,
a very
but
neat
all of
and
them
tidy
say we're here to
handwriting.
meet
They're
Moravchik.
worded differently, but they're more or less about the same thing, yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to incline my head and say it would seem so.
Ah, well, capital. In that case, allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Russell. I hold out a hand to shake.
I incline my head. I don't necessarily shake his hand because I'm probably standing off against a wall with my back to everyone and
Oh, you're not
everything.
sitting down, okay.
Or with my back against the wall, my front to everyone and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, Fisher.
Well met, Mr. Fisher. I hope that we can work together perfectly.
I think we can work something out.
Capital. Just capital. Now, and then I look towards the distinguished gentleman's collar, namely the professor, and I say, well, I am Captain Russell, and you are, sir?
At the moment he has his hand in facepalm mold while he's sometimes looking at the dear doctor.
Oh my, is something amiss?
I'm certain you will find out soon.
Well, that does sound rather disagreeable. Now, your name, sir?
And what of importance is it to you?
I look over at the man and I say he's being polite and we're all here for the same reason. We should get acquainted.
Ah, who says we are? Maybe you are a spy. That
Oh yes.
attempts to socialize with us.
Oh
You
yes. Your name will be very important to. It will be of crucial importance.
You instantly see, the second he's called a spy, you see Fisher tense up. Defensively.
Huh.
Mhm.
Now, isn't that
That's
interesting?
right. Special Agent Fisher, you are the exact opposite of a spy. You kill spies.
Exactly.
This group is never going to leave England.
Dude, I don't...
You're all
honestly,
spies!
I think one of the group is gonna get garroted before the end of the night. I really do.
We will find out.
In any case, does
Very
Dr.
well.
Blazek speak up, or is he still, too occupied with his work?
No, he'll have to, he simply closes the notebook, stands up, and walks over to the captain, holds out his hand and goes, Dr. Jakob, it's good to meet you.
Ah, Mr. Jacob. Sorry, Dr.
No,
Jacob.
No, it's Jakub.
Jakub.
Yes.
Ah, you will have to forgive me. Your name is not. Your name is in a language that is rather foreign to me, I think. However,
I presume for British and Americans, every language is foreign.
well,
Richard!
Yeah. What's up?
He sounds like a communist!
Yeah.
which
I know.
one? Yes.
He hears both of them speak, and he realizes that something is not quite right with either one of them.
A doctor. A doctor of what, Dr. Jakub?
Ah, you see, I make people better. I am the best of my kind.
Splendid. We can all. A medic is the most valued member of any team.
This is true.
Trees,
If you are hurt,
Mm-hmm.
it seems you are right. He's also obsessed by eugenics. Making people better.
I think I have to start sharpening my machete.
It's called eugenics?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
I see why they got you into this mission.
You see Fisher relax, but now his arms are folded. What you don't realize is that they're folded inside of his jacket.
Mere his knives or whatever.
Oh dear.
No, his gun is in a holster that's underneath his arm.
Ah, the famous shoulder holster.
Yes.
I, of course, am only packing my awesomeness.
Any case,
That just
the
sounds
doctor is
so
also
wrong.
unarmed.
things are starting to get a little tense in the waiting room, and suddenly you hear the door opening, and you see the friendly face of Peggy there.
And Sam Fisher starts blasting.
And Captain Russell starts smooching. Okay, smoozing, that's the word.
And the second that Captain Russell's gonna start hitting on Penny, Fisher's just gonna roll his eyes and shake his head.
Yes, and Penny ignores most of the compliments and instead does her duty and takes you up one floor to a meeting space, and she opens the door for you. And there you see, hold on.
I'm noting every
Yes, he
available exit along the way.
You are taken up a small meeting room where a man in his early 40s is waiting for you. He is wearing a formal suit and a tie, and has a reclining brown hairline. Dr. Blazek recognizes him immediately. He
And
smiles at
salutes
you
as
all
well.
and tells you all to be seated. There is a long table there with 10 chairs, 8 on the sides and 2 at the heads. And on the wall there seems to be a rather large map of Europe.
I'll sit facing the map of Europe.
Sam Fisher stands next to one of the chairs, but doesn't
He's
sit.
standing at the head of the table, near the map of Europe, by the way.
I'll go grab my small notepad and a pen and just put them before me.
Dr. Janssen is going to sit on the other side of the table, the head side.
He also seems to have like a bundle of documents in front of him on the table. And as soon as you are all inside, Peggy closes the door. The man nods at you all and says, "Gentlemen, I am very glad you responded to my invitation. My name is František Moravec. I am I am, hold on a moment, what did I write here? Yes. Yes, I cannot make out my own writing anymore, hold on.
I cannot read own handwriting. This bad.
I could see an old balding man say, I am František Moravec. I am... Wait, hold on one moment.
I am foreign.
I am...
I am not.
Now shut up, all of you! Shut up.
I am not a vampire.
My name is František Moravec, and I am the head of Czechoslovakian military intelligence, currently working with the British government. And I would like to enlist you all for a mission of the utmost importance. And he opens up his folder and he starts handing you all a bundle of documents.
Mm-hmm.
As you'll probably all know, on March 15th, 1939, Germany seized control of my home country. And you see him pointing over to Czechoslovakia on the large map of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And changed its name into the Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia.
Mm-hmm.
And although he appointed Emil Hacha, the former president of Czechoslovakia, as the new president of the Protectorate, it is clear that the ones who truly control the country are the Nazis. My countrymen are being mobilized to work for the German economy, and many had to leave their homes for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to know more, I suggest you read the report I have given you all. In any case, as you can imagine, many Czechs are not happy with the current state of affairs, and a resistance cell has been formed, known as the UVOD. I have maintained contact with them, and through them I have learned that a resistance member called Father Andrei Cerny, who will be now referred to as codename Angel, the former priest of a village of the village of Krupna near the German-occupied Castle Karlstein, and he then puts like a map on the table and he starts pointing towards the area. And this is the map that everybody has received, and I shall open it up myself so the people at home can also view the area. Page 44. One moment, please. Here it is.
Oh, of course, the captain studies both maps with interest.
So yes, he points you over to the map. Where was I? Yes, and he says that this person has information relating to the... Wait, I was doing this in character. Hold on. Yes, it's the heat. I blame the heat. It's not my fault.
Yes, it is the heat that is interfering with your abilities.
Yes, and this person has information relating to the atrocities committed by German forces in the Karlstein area. This is the area in which a new resistance group known as the Three Kings operate. We believe that if we investigate this matter, that we could learn a great deal about the experimental medical and scientific research the Nazis are conducting on their prisoners.
I glance at Dr. Jacob.
And that is where you gentlemen come in. You are to go to Karlstein and make contact with the Three Kings resistance group. I have prepared this letter of introduction for you in case your identity is put into question. And from his bundle of documents, he produces a letter which he hands over to Dr. Blazek. Yeah. Blazek? If you say so. I do not speak Czech. In any case, he continues. You have the authority to sabotage, and he also nods at you knowingly when he does so. You have the authorization to sabotage and terminate German activities at Castle Karlstein if your group commander, Captain Russell, and he points over to Captain Russell, deems it appropriate. So, to clarify, you are to travel to Karlstein, make contact with the Three Kings group, find codename Angel and find out what he knows, and investigate the experiments being conducted at Castle Karlstein. Tomorrow evening, you will be taken to this location via airplane and dropped via parachute. This is a covert operation, meaning you should not expect support from London. In case you are captured, the only ones who can help you are your team members. If rescue seems to be out of the question, you will be provided with poisonous L pills, which you can use to commit suicide. Hopefully, you will not need them. Now, as I said before, the documents I have given you hold all the information you need. For the sake of national security, you cannot take them with you. So I suggest that you study them carefully before you leave. Also included in the folder is a paper on which you can fill in all the equipment you will require for this mission. You will all receive some standard equipment like food, water, a shovel, a gas mask, grenades, a knife, but should you require any special equipment or weapons, you can write it on that paper and the requisitions officer will make sure you get what you need. He takes a deep breath and then says, "Now, are there any questions?"
Yes, actually. You never specified why this mission was of the utmost importance.
I just told you to gather information about these experimental methods the Germans use on their prisoners. The experiments.
Let's see. Well, how to put this?
This is an information gathering mission.
I see. Do we know whom is performing these new methods?
We do indeed. And he points over to your local historian. This is why we have enlisted the help of Professor Janssen, who is sitting over there.
Professor Janssen.
The man who is believed to be in charge, at least these are alleged reports that have not been confirmed. That is one of the reasons why you are being sent there. These unconfirmed reports state that the ones who is in charge of these scientific procedures is a certain Dr. Graf von Kammerstein. And
Graf
your
von
friend over there is familiar with this person. Would you not say he is unstable? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you offer us any information about von Kammerstein, Professor?
What would you like to know?
Everything you know would be of use.
Okay. Now I have to think for a little bit.